Today we are heading out to a sleeping giant park which got a tower like that. It's the time of year when you need to start putting lots of sunblock on yourself whenever you go outside, and whenever you go hiking you do a lot of sweating, so not my favorite thing to do. It is also a time when COVID cases at the all-time low in New York City, that is. And a lot of employers are thinking about how to get employees back in the office, right? We all got comfortable working from home. We are being fairly productive, but a lot of employers want us back. They're coming up with different ways of getting employees back. For example, doing staggered shifts, maybe shifts with fewer people, earlier shift, later shift and such. Some of them want a few people to come in a couple of days a week. But you know, I was thinking, if we're going to do something like that, what's the point of coming back to the office, you know? It doesn't really help us in any way. So in this video, let's talk about why we should return to the office, what benefits does it have, and what kind of strategies people are trying to use to come back, and do they make sense, are they helpful? You know, just do some thinking out loud. The first reason to return to the office that employers are probably thinking about is in-person meetings. And I could agree with that. You know, when you're meeting in person in the conference room, you're all sit down together, it feels more personal. It's not like that distant Zoom call, you know, you see each other. You know, when you present ideas, you get other people's feelings on it, you see body language, you see people who are distracted. You know, it's like a different experience. And I want to see how I'm going to feel about in-person meetings after a year and a half after not having them, you know. So I think that's going to be really interesting. And after all those meetings are done, we can enjoy other social things that we do at work, like celebrating people's birthdays, having cakes, going out for happy hours, all the things people do to kind of build that closeness that teams have, you know, people who work together and build a stronger, better team. But here's the thing, having people come in for like 1 day or 2 days a week, or having staggered shifts, we're not going to get benefits of any of that. You know, you can't have group meetings together. We're still trying to maintain distance when we go to the office. We're trying not to gather as much. So then you're not really going to get benefits of in-person meetings or social interactions or anything like that. Well, then it seems like there is no point of going back to the office, right? Well, what about if you need to get away from distractions? Some people have young kids, other people have just noisy neighborhoods. I have a construction right now in my building where they jackhammering walls of the building and the whole building is like shaking. So getting away from distractions of your home is actually a pretty good reason to go back to the office. Okay, well, what about the case when you have to deal with physical media? Say maybe you have big cases and you need to have hard drives shipped out, or maybe clients sending you data on hard drives that you need to plug into computers to get data copied over, or perhaps you in the forensics team and you have receiving like physical phones that you need to acquire images from. Well, in that case, having 1 or 2 people in the office, like having people staggered to come in or staggered shifts, would certainly work, because you only need 1 or 2 people in the office to deal with tasks like that. You know, one person can just plug in a hard drive and somebody can remote in the computer, copy things over, and then do whatever they have to do. Okay, I'm back home. I just realized that as I was filming my final shot, walking up that ramp on top of that tower and talking about all the things, I kind of ruined the point I was trying to make. And I think the point I'm trying to make is we need to understand why we want to go back to the office. So why employers are trying to get employees back in the office. What is the reason? What are they trying to accomplish? And if the idea is to have meetings, to have people in the same room discussing ideas, you know, bouncing thoughts from one another, well, then different shifts, staggered shifts, different days isn't the way to go. It's not going to do that. For that, you really need to bring everyone back at once, so everyone's in the office socializing and discussing at the same time, and it is probably too early to do that anyway. If you just need occasional support with people handling physical media, then sure, you can have people come in, maybe somebody comes in on Monday, somebody comes in on Tuesday, somebody comes in on Wednesday, and you just have a couple of people in the office. That would totally work. The other reason employers might be thinking of starting bringing people back in is just to start kind of changing people's mindset, start getting them into the mindset of coming into work. So that's not necessarily a bad thing to do, just have people coming in, so they start commuting, they start coming in, and as the time goes on, you start increasing number of days people are in the office until you get to a point you want to be in, whether it's 100% or 75% or whichever there is. But again, the overall point is before trying to get people into the office, try to understand why you're doing it and what are they trying to accomplish by physically being in the office. Are you looking to go back to the office? Yes, no? Do you think there are any positive things that will come out when people actually start going back in? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna let Nikolai in the tower close out this video. What do you guys think? Agree with me, disagree? Put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube. I'll see you next time.